Hello everyone. You are watching a segment of the Countdown program from November 2, 2023. Today is Thursday. View all of our programs on the Patreon resource. And thanks to everyone who is becoming our patrons right now. I'll talk about the themes of the postscript a little later, but now let's get to the main thing. Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine Valery Zaluzhny gave an interview to The Economist, in which he stated that the war had reached a dead end. According to Zaluzhny, with the current types of weapons, the war risks dragging on for many years without breakthroughs on both sides. As in the First World War, we have reached a level of technological development that baffles us. Most likely, there won't be a deep and beautiful breakthrough, Zaluzhny said, which upset fans of sensations. According to him, in order to get out of the current impasse, the Ukrainian army, we need to look for a solution, we need to find gunpowder, quickly master it and use it for a speedy victory. Because sooner or later we will find that we simply don't have enough people to fight. Zaluzhny called for innovation in the field of drones, electronic warfare and mine clearance equipment, including new robotic solutions. The F-16 fighters due for delivery next year have already become less useful as Russia has already improved its air defenses. Simply put, with the weapons that the West is providing today, it is impossible to defeat the horde of Russians crawling non-stop into Ukrainian territory. Russia has in reserve, albeit not a high quality, but an impressive supply of organisms, and Putin will continue to drive more and more into the trenches until there are no people left in Ukraine capable of shooting at the occupiers. Russia lost at least 150,000 people killed. In any other country, such losses would have stopped the war, Zaluzhny noted. Thus, the strategy of exhausting the enemy, of which the bald man is considered a master, unfortunately works. By holding back the supply of long-range missile systems and tanks, the West has allowed Russia to regroup and strengthen its defenses, and now it is important to prevent the war from going into the trenches, otherwise the war will drag on for years. Meanwhile, a friend of the good Russians, who is increasingly breaking into pro-Russian hysterical speeches, Alexei Arestovich, announced his possible nomination as a candidate in the presidential elections in Ukraine, if they take place. On Wednesday, Arestovich even made public his proposals for political, economic and other reforms in the country. According to him, the publication was made to start a discussion, in order to then turn the initiatives into a full-fledged election program. Now his proposals consist of 14 points, one of which concerns the occupied territories of Ukraine. Arestovich proposes to give them to Putin, following the Kissinger Plan, and to go on strategic defense. There has been no official reaction to these collaborator statements by Arestovich yet. One thing is not clear. Why is the irreplaceable thinker and unique reconnaissance pilot still not performing feats at the front, although he promised? Probably Feigen didn't let me in and Latinina strictly forbade it. Watch this and other stories in full on the Patreon resource. Become our patrons right now and look further in this program. US President Joe Biden announced the need to suspend Israel's ground operation in the Gaza Strip in order to save the lives of people held hostage by Hamas militants. Putin demands that Avdiivka be taken at all costs. However, the current situation near Avdiivka illustrates the complete failure of the Russian General Staff to learn the lessons of previous unsuccessful offensive operations in Ukraine. And Shoigu continues to report, if not about Kyiv, then about Avdiivka in 3 days. Russia faces a new seizure of assets abroad worth $60 billion. Lithuania proposed banning the import of dozens of types of goods into Russia for the sake of degradation of Russian industrial capabilities, and Putin retorts that this is even good, because, along with European junk, they will stop bringing bedbugs into Russia. Watch in the program, Postscript. The United States, Great Britain and France promised Russia to respond with conventional weapons to a tactical nuclear strike on Ukraine. The West has in its arsenal a new generation of weapons that will destroy the aggressive Kyiv to the ground. The only difference is that there will be no background radiation on the ruins of the Russian world. The FSB is behind the anti-Semitic pogroms in Dagestan. A document has appeared confirming the suspicion that the riots with the Jewish pogrom at the Makhachkala airport were inspired by Lubyanka. And that is all. See our full programs on Patreon. And thanks to everyone who is becoming our patrons right now. Hugged everyone. See you tomorrow on Friday Live. Glory to Ukraine.